This is why mornings feel heavy. Pray this and shift the atmosphere. Before I begin this first block, it is important for you to understand why these verses were chosen. This title speaks about spiritual heaviness at the start of the day. Scripture reveals that mornings are not neutral moments, they are thresholds. In the Bible, morning is consistently portrayed as a time of spiritual alignment, renewal, and confrontation. That is why passages such as Psalm 5:3, Lamentations 3:22-23, Isaiah 50:4 and Marcos 1:35 were selected. They show that God meets his people early, but also that the soul must be awakened intentionally. The tone of this prayer is not about haste or emotional escape, but about discernment, alignment, and authority. Now let us enter the prayer. There are mornings when the sun rises, but the soul feels delayed. The body wakes up, yet the heart feels pressed, crowded by an invisible weight that words cannot fully explain. The room is silent, but the spirit senses noise. The day has not begun, yet resistance is already present. This is not strange, this is not new, this is not accidental. The scriptures teach us that morning is a gate, a crossing point between what was faced yesterday and what must be confronted today. And gates are always contested. So now, before tasks, before decisions, before voices and notifications, I choose to pray. God, this morning I do not rush into the day. I pause. I become aware. I acknowledge that what I feel is not always what is real, and what is real is not always visible. Your word says that in the morning you hear the voice of those who seek you. And so, before the weight defines my posture, before heaviness dictates my pace, I lift my voice deliberately. Not in despair, not in fear, but in alignment. If this morning feels heavy, I refuse to normalize it without discernment. If this morning feels slow, I refuse to condemn myself for it. Instead, I bring my awareness into your presence. You say that your mercies are renewed every morning. That means this day is not a continuation of yesterday's depletion. It is a new measure, a new allocation, a new permission to begin again with clarity. So I acknowledge, what I carried last night does not automatically belong to this morning. What drained me before does not have authority over today. What tried to linger in my thoughts does not get to lead my steps. Lord, awaken my inner ear. Isaiah said that you awaken the ear morning by morning to listen like one being taught. I do not want to enter this day led by noise. I want to be led by instruction. Where my thoughts feel scattered, bring order. Where my emotions feel heavy, bring truth. Where my body feels slow, bring steady strength, not forced energy. I do not rebuke the morning, I redeem it. Because this moment is not empty, it is loaded with intention. Jesus himself rose early while it was still dark and withdrew to pray. That tells me something profound. Even perfection did not ignore the need for alignment. Even divine purpose paused before public movement. So I follow that pattern. I withdraw inwardly. I step away from urgency. I place my attention where it belongs. God, if there is a weight in this morning, reveal its source. Is it fatigue that needs rest? Is it anxiety that needs trust? Is it spiritual pressure that needs discernment? I am not afraid of the answer, because awareness is the beginning of freedom. Your word calls me to awaken my glory, not to wait for motivation. So I speak to my inner life now. Awaken soul, awaken focus, awaken courage, not by force, not by denial, but by truth. This morning does not get to define me before I define it. The atmosphere does not lead me. I enter it consciously. I breathe deeply, not just air but perspective. I release the illusion that I must feel strong to stand strong. I release the pressure to perform before I am aligned. Lord, you are not asking me to conquer the whole day right now. You are asking me to stand rightly in this moment. So I stand. I stand in awareness that you are already present. I stand in remembrance that you do not slumber, even when I wake tired. I stand knowing that clarity does not come from speed, but from alignment. Let every lingering heaviness lose its anonymity. Let every undefined pressure be named and placed under truth. Let this morning be reclaimed, not rushed. I do not command outcomes. I do not demand ease. I choose alignment. If there is resistance, I will not panic. If there is silence, I will not assume absence. If there is slowness, I will not call it failure. I remind my soul, God works in the morning. He speaks in the morning. He renews in the morning. And so this moment is sacred, even if it feels ordinary. I refuse to carry spiritual weight unconsciously. I choose to shift inward posture before external conditions change. This is how the atmosphere begins to shift. Not with noise, not with haste, but with awareness, truth, and intentional presence. And now, grounded in this awareness, I prepare to go deeper. There is a lie that whispers quietly when mornings feel heavy. It says, "Something is wrong with you." But Scripture tells a different story. When Daniel opened his windows in the morning and prayed, he was not escaping danger. He was facing it with alignment. The threat was real. The decree was active. The consequences were known. Yet Daniel did not wait for circumstances to improve before he prayed. He prayed because the pressure existed. That tells me something important. Pressure in the morning is not a signal to withdraw. It is often a signal to position yourself correctly. Daniel did not negotiate with fear. He did not adjust his devotion to fit comfort. He aligned his spirit before the day tried to realign him. So, if you wake up with a sense of unease, you are not alone. You are in familiar territory. When the people of Israel gathered manna in the wilderness, it only appeared in the morning. Those who delayed lost it. Those who treated the morning casually missed provision that could not be recovered later. Provision had a time window. Alignment had a rhythm. Discipline determined fullness. This teaches me that mornings are not just beginnings, they are appointments. Joshua understood this. Before the walls of Jericho fell, the people rose early. They did not shout immediately. They did not fight immediately. They walked silently, consistently early. Victory did not come from noise. It came from obedience before visibility. Elijah faced prophets, fire, and famine, but before any public demonstration of power, he stood alone and aligned his heart. He repaired the altar first. He addressed order before outcome. This is critical. When mornings feel heavy, it may be because something inside you is asking to be repaired before it is used. Not punished, not ignored, repaired. Even Jesus, knowing who he was, withdrew early. While it was still dark, he prayed. That darkness did not threaten him, but he did not underestimate the importance of alignment before exposure. He did not rush to activity. He chose intimacy before impact. So today I refuse to measure my readiness by how I feel. I measure it by where I am positioned. I do not compare my pace to others. I do not shame myself for needing stillness. I remember that those who carried authority often moved quietly first. Lord, if those before me did not escape early resistance, I will not be offended by it. If they needed alignment, I will not skip it. If they waited on you, I will not hurry ahead of you. I release the expectation that mornings should feel light to be effective. Sometimes heaviness is not opposition. It is gravity pulling you into depth. So I lean in, not away. I ask for the discipline of Daniel, the obedience of Joshua, the focus of Elijah, the intimacy of Christ. Not to replicate their actions, but to inherit their posture. I accept that my day does not need to begin with clarity everywhere. It needs to begin with alignment somewhere, and that somewhere is here. I am not late. I am not behind. I am not missing God. I am standing at the same gate others stood at before history shifted, and I choose to stand correctly. There is a moment in every morning when the day is still undecided, not because events have not been scheduled, but because your posture has not yet been set. The same circumstances can produce different outcomes depending on who enters them and how they enter them. So now, I bring my attention to alignment. Lord, I do not ask you to remove every challenge from this day. I ask you to order my steps within it. Your word says that those who seek you early will find you. That tells me that clarity is not hidden. It is responsive. It meets intention. So I choose intention now. I align my thoughts before they scatter. I align my words before they react. I align my expectations before they become burdens. If this morning began heavy, I do not interpret that as defeat. I interpret it as an invitation to adjust. Adjust my focus, adjust my pace, adjust my assumptions. Let the light that you promised break forth like the dawn, not just around me, but within me. Let understanding rise gradually, not violently. Let wisdom accompany me quietly. Today I will encounter conversations, decisions, responsibilities, and interruptions. I do not ask to control them. I ask to remain centered within them. Teach me to recognize when my soul is drifting ahead of my spirit. Teach me to pause without guilt. Teach me to move without haste. I refuse to live this day on borrowed urgency. I refuse to carry pressure that does not belong to me. Your word declares that you make known your loving kindness in the morning. That means truth is already available for this day. I do not need to manufacture peace, I need to receive it, so I receive clarity for the next step, not the entire path. I receive strength for obedience, not for performance. I receive discernment to know when to speak and when to remain silent. If there are moments today that feel unclear, I will not panic. If there are moments that feel slow, I will not force them. If there are moments that feel demanding, I will not abandon alignment to satisfy expectation. I remind myself that this day was created by you, not to crush me, not to confuse me, but to shape me. So I walk into it with awareness. I release yesterday's outcomes. I release comparisons. I release internal accusations. I step into today as it is, not as I fear it might become. Let my reactions be measured. Let my decisions be guided. Let my presence carry steadiness. If there is a moment when I feel the heaviness returning, I will remember this alignment. I will return inwardly. I will breathe. I will recalibrate. I am not responsible for controlling the atmosphere everywhere I go, but I am responsible for what I carry into it. So I carry peace without pretending. I carry courage without arrogance. I carry humility without shrinking. This is how the day begins to open. Not because everything becomes easy, but because I become aligned. And aligned people move differently through the same terrain. There is a question that rarely gets asked out loud, but it quietly shapes the entire day. What am I allowing to lead me today? Not what I intend, not what I hope, but what I actually allow. Because heaviness does not always come from attack. Sometimes it comes from carrying things that were never meant to be carried into today. So I pause here, intentionally. Lord, before I go further into this day, I let you search what I have normalized, not to accuse me, but to free me. Is there a thought I woke up holding onto that does not belong to truth? Is there a pressure I accepted as just how life is that you never asked me to bear? Is there an urgency shaping my decisions that did not come from you? I do not rush past these questions. I sit with them, because clarity is often waiting on honesty. Your word says to lay aside every weight, not just sin, but weight. That tells me I can be walking correctly and still be carrying unnecessarily. So I ask myself now, in your presence, what am I holding that is quietly draining me? What expectation is shaping my morning without permission? What fear is masquerading as responsibility? I release the need to have everything figured out before I move forward. I release the pressure to prove productivity before alignment. I release the habit of waking up already behind. I choose one thing today: presence. Not performance, not perfection. Presence. If I am present with you, I will be present in my decisions. If I am present inwardly, I will not be driven outwardly. Lord, I realign my priorities quietly, without announcing them to anyone else. I seek first what matters most, trusting that clarity will follow order. I decide now that my relationship with you is not something I fit into the day. It is what shapes the day. So if I move slower, I will not feel guilty. If I say no, I will not over-explain. If I pause, I will not call it weakness. I am learning to recognize the difference between discipline and pressure, between conviction and condemnation, between responsibility and burden. And here is the most important question of this morning. Am I willing to let this day unfold differently than I imagined if it means walking more aligned? Today my answer is yes. Yes to being led instead of pushed. Yes to discernment instead of noise. Yes to consistency instead of intensity. If this prayer has spoken to you so far, do not treat it as a one-time moment. Return to it. Walk with it. Let it shape more than a morning. And if you desire to continue this journey of alignment, awareness, and intentional beginnings, remain connected. There are mornings ahead that will require exactly this kind of posture. For now, breathe. Because the atmosphere has already begun to shift. Not because everything changed, but because you did. God, I arrive at the end of this prayer not hurried, not demanding, not anxious to control what comes next. I come aware that the atmosphere does not shift because I say many words, but because my heart is positioned correctly before you. So now, with clarity and humility, I place this day into your hands. not as an emergency, not as a negotiation, but as an offering. Lord, I acknowledge that there are forces I cannot see and situations I cannot predict. I do not pretend otherwise. I do not rely on denial or optimism alone, but I also acknowledge something deeper. You are not intimidated by what lies ahead. Your word says that no weapon formed will prosper, not because weapons do not exist, but because they do not hold final authority. That truth does not remove responsibility. It restores perspective. So I stand covered, not careless, alert, not anxious, grounded, not rigid. I do not ask you to eliminate every challenge today. I ask you to guard my heart within them. Clothe me with what your word calls the armor of God, not as a ritual, but as awareness. Let truth shape how I interpret what I face. Let righteousness guard my inner life. Let peace steady my steps. Let faith anchor me when outcomes are unclear. Let salvation remind me who I belong to. Let your word remain close enough to correct me when needed. I recognize that this is not a struggle against people, schedules, or circumstances alone, and so I refuse to fight today with the wrong tools. I will not fight pressure with pressure. I will not fight fear with control. I will not fight uncertainty with haste. I choose dependence. Your spirit leads not by force but by quiet instruction, so I slow my inner pace enough to notice when you redirect me. If today requires courage, give me steady courage. If today requires patience, give me resilient patience. If today requires silence, give me restraint. If today requires action, give me discernment. I release the illusion that I must prove my worth through productivity. I release the habit of measuring success by exhaustion. I release the fear that rest means falling behind. I trust that you are working even when I cannot track progress. Cover my coming and going. Guard my thoughts when they try to drift into fear. Steady my emotions when they rise or fall too quickly. Anchor my decisions in wisdom rather than impulse. I do not rush ahead of you. I do not lag behind you. I walk with you. And if there are moments today when the heaviness tries to return, I will not be surprised. I will return to alignment. I will remember this posture. I will choose awareness again. I end this prayer without demanding signs, without bargaining for ease, without fear of what remains unknown. I enter the day present. I enter the day covered. I enter the day aligned, and that is enough.